So from a technical standpoint, a recession is when there's 2 quarters in a row with negative GDP. Okay, so that happened from January 1st to end of June, 2 consecutive quarters. So technically, Frank,
we are in a recession.
We're already in a recession. We've been in a recession.
We're 2 quarters into a recession.
Correct. And then the third quarter popped up a little bit. Fourth quarter doesn't seem like it's doing any better. And so next week, there was a Federal Reserve meeting this morning. Looks like at the beginning of next week, at the beginning of December, we're going to have another rate increase, interest rate increase. So it'll be the 5th rate increase that's happened. I don't think that's ever happened before. So I got to do some Googling, but I don't think that's happened before. Look at some stats, but I don't think the Federal Reserve has ever raised the interest rate 5 times in 1 year. So the Federal Reserve is trying to pump brakes massively because they're going downhill like this. They're trying to pump some brakes. They're on a runoff ramp right now. They're in a runoff ramp with the economy. Because why? 80% of all money printed in the history of America has been printed since 2020, since this pandemic, which meant that here my desk. I use this as a prop in our workshops in a boardroom. What I'm going to hold up is $100 billion bill. This is actually a legit currency. It's a legit currency from the country of Zimbabwe. Okay, we just brought on board a doctor. She's a neurologist from Zimbabwe. She just got her insurance license because she was freaked out how much money people in the insurance industry make. They're making more money than brain doctors and heart surgeons. So she's, I got to get involved in business with you guys because I want to create generational wealth for my family. And she started giving me these dollars, these $100 billion, $10 billion, which is worth maybe $1, $2, $3 American. So this is what happened when a country prints money without backing it with anything. They just start hitting the print button. And so that's the danger. This should serve as fair warning of what a country does. Because Frank, I was raised in an era where my mother gave me $5 in Chicago. I would go between the 2 buildings, go in between 2 buildings, go through the alley, go through the parking lot, grocery store. That's the neighborhood I lived in. Okay. She gave me $5. She said, go to get a couple gallons of milk and some eggs and bring me back some change. $5. Okay. This is the late 80s, early 90s. Today, you can do it. I was asking my guys this morning, what's 1 gallon of milk cost? It's like $5. Eggs, $3-4 for eggs, right? And so, things are crazy right now. Today, it's $20. Today's $5 of 90s is today's $20. And so tactically, you really have to focus on one thing because all financial game plans fail when one thing is left alone, which is control of one's income. I don't care about your 401k. I don't care about your savings, even insurance. If you don't control your income, if you don't control your finances, all that stuff will unravel. Your savings plan will unravel. Your insurance plan will unravel. Your 401k plan will unravel. Your emergency savings will unravel because now you got to drain everything to maintain your current lifestyle and expenses, which leads to number 2. You should cut back on certain things that are unnecessary having you spend money. So look at the areas that you can cut back in, areas that are unnecessary, creating waste. Maybe it's time for you to eat dinner with your family more often versus going out, or you can cook together as a family. When we got this new house last Tuesday, Frank, even us, we didn't even connect the cable. We just connected Wi-Fi because we don't watch TV. The kids watch Netflix. They watch Netflix and YouTube. They watch what you call Octonauts and Blippi and. They watch that anyway. We don't watch TV. The only time I watch TV is football games, and even then I watch the 35-minute condensed version on NFL Plus.